Attention on deck. Major WortzNall here. Today is a benchmark day. Today is a benchmark day. It has been 1 month since I began the reconstruction of the old guy into what he hopes he'll be, so that I can die happy, healthy, and fulfilled. Let's go over some of the numbers from day one. On the 1st of January, my weight was 247.1 pounds. Today, I'm at 239.9. Not bad. My blood pressure was 147/94. Borderline problem, but it got better. 133/87 this morning. I've incorporated several lifestyle changes, and here are the results. I've gone full bore into the ketogenic lifestyle change. All the sugars are gone. No more rice, no more pasta, no more grains. Now it's meat, fatty meat, fish with all those omega-3s, and vegetables, broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, good stuff. The other thing I've incorporated is intermittent fasting. Now, on most occasions, I will not have a breakfast at the normal time, maybe 7 to 9. Now my breakfast runs around noontime. And about 6 hours later, when I get back to the farm, I have my supper. So consequently, you're talking about an 18-hour period where I'm really intermittently fasting. Now on Mondays and Fridays, I do a 24-hour fast. Sunday evening, after my supper, I don't eat again until Monday at supper time. Consequently, that's a 24-hour fast. On Fridays, very similar. Thursday night, my last meal, 6, 7 o'clock. Friday, I won't eat until 6 or 7 o'clock. And it's a great fish meal. Why, last night, when I was thinking about what do I really want, I had what did I really want last night? I had smoked wild-caught salmon. I even had some sardines, just because I like sardines. On the side, a little goat cheese. I know some of you don't like goat cheese, but for me, it tastes just like Philadelphia cream cheese. Now, what other obvious changes have happened? Well, my trousers. I've gone from wearing a 44-42 pair of trousers to 40s. And they're very comfortable, not tight at all. On my shirts, I've discovered I've got shirts I didn't even know I had that I can now get into. And instead of a 17-inch collar, my collar's gone down to a 16 and a half. And instead of getting the big XL, I'm now wearing a regular cup. Not bad. Saved me a lot of money there. Let's talk about my meds. Now, of course, we've got prescribed meds and we've got over-the-counter meds. My prescribed meds, that's quite a list when you think about it. Right at the top was my sleep aid. I was having a difficult time falling asleep and staying asleep. So, I've been taking trazodone, where originally at the first of the year I was taking a tablet a night and sometimes a half tablet later in the early morning. Now, on occasion, I'll take 1/2 pill just before I go to bed. And I'm sleeping pretty much through the night until I get up at my normal 4:30, 5 o'clock. D3. D3 has been a big change for me for all kinds of good reasons, not the least of which is my bones, my fingernails. My fingernails were cracking all the time. My bones hurt all the time. Now, hardly even notice, and my fingernails are pretty tough. Hydrochlorothiazide. That is just that long, fancy name for my blood pressure med. I went from taking 1 tab every morning to half a tab. And it's really working out well for me. Atorvastatin. That's the statin drug that I've been taking forever, it seems like, because of a concern over my cholesterol. The HDL one, the one that's supposed to be bad for you. Well, I stopped taking that on 1 January. Let's see how that works out the next panel that I take at the end of March. Loratadine. I'm really wrecking these names, but I'm doing my best here. That is primarily for, I had a cancel button. That was for the allergies that I was having. My nose was running. My nose was stuffed up the other times. My throat felt like it was full of phlegm. My throat felt like it was always full of phlegm. And I was spitting up continuously. And that's pretty gross when you think about it. The zoster vaccine, got my first round about 6 months ago, got my second round just before the first of the year. I'm still not quite sure what it was for. I know my doctor told me, but what are you going to do? And lastly, fluorouracil. That's the stuff I take for the sun exposure that I've had over the years. And it's primarily going after those little cancer things, you know. But that's what that's for. On the over-the-counter drugs I've been taking, Benadryl. I was taking Benadryl for actually two reasons, but the most predominant reason was because I was having a hard time sleeping. So I would combine Benadryl with the ibuprofen. And putting those two together, it would take care of the pain I had while I was sleeping, and it would allow me to fall asleep to the point where daily I was taking close to 2,400 milligrams of ibuprofen a day, and at night taking 3 Benadryl in addition to the ibuprofen. Not a good thing. The aspirin, I've been taking a small aspirin for as far back as I can remember. And I take it at night because that's a good time to thin my blood out. During the day, I play with my dog. He jumps on me, scratches me, and I bleed like a sieve. But that's okay. Let's go to the second part. Here are some really important stats. The number one on top is alcohol consumption. On 1 January, I was drinking, on average, a full bottle of wine every day. Today, 2 4-ounce glasses of wine with a meal. I was drinking 2 to 3 rum and cokes every day. I'd get home at 3 in the afternoon, back to the farm. First thing I do is pour a stiff rum and coke and then probably have 1 or 2 more before I even settle in to get ready for supper. Today, I haven't had a rum and coke all month. Gin and tonics. I would have 1 or 2 gin and tonics 2 or 3 times a week. And it just really kind of depended. Now, I have 1 gin with seltzer. No more tonic. There's so much sugar in there, that tonic just spikes my insulin. And that throws me off of the ketogenic lifestyle. And 1 ounce of fine single malt whiskey, about 2 or 3 times every week. I've got that down to 1 ounce per week, but it's always a fine 1 ounce per week. Let's talk about my physical fitness routine. How has that changed? Well, 1, I do light weights almost every day, and they're not expensive. In fact, they're 2 discarded 20-ounce Coke bottles. They fit nice in my hand, and if I'm walking around the field or I'm just standing in the parlor, I'll use them. Do all those cool things with them. It's minor resistance, but it works. And very inexpensive. Leg, back, and hip stretching. That was initially being done for my balance issues, but the balance issues have gone. So I just keep them up now to keep those ligaments and the muscles attached thereto elastic and toned a bit. The Wim Hof method, that's the 10-week program that I'm in that I started the middle of the month. For the last 2 weeks, the focus of the method has been on breathing. In other words, being able to change the alkaline in my system in that through taking deep breaths, holding it for a second or 2, and slowly letting it out. And then at the end of whatever the number of breaths I'm doing that day or that week, holding my breath, letting it out, and then holding my breath for as long as I comfortably can. My average at the high end after 3 reps of 40 breaths each is about 2.5 minutes. Although I have gone up to 3 and about 3.5 minutes. And remember, that's totally relaxed and not holding my breath to where it hurts. If I feel like I have to breathe, that's where it stops. I walk about 1.25 miles around the big north field that I have here at the farm. Raider and I go out. We try to do it at least 3 to 4 times a week. And we try to make the circuit in under 25 minutes. Now, prior to 1 January, it was taking me anywhere from 27 to 32 minutes to make it around the field. Now, easy, 25 minutes, and if Raider's really running around a lot, 23 minutes to get around the 1.25 mile course that is the field. Now, if I go out somewhere, as I did the other day, on Thursday, I went out in search of a lost arm that belonged to a general. I found it, but I also walked about 2.5, almost 3 miles in a 2-hour period. So that made up for my circuit around the northern field. And lastly, I try just to stay active. My Apple Watch, which is really cool, will remind me periodically that I need to get up and walk around. So if I'm sitting here at the computer getting ready to talk to you all, it'll go boop, to boop, boop. Next thing you know, I'm up and walking around. We'll have a presentation on the different things that my Apple Watch can do to help me die happy, healthy, and fulfilled. Thanks for joining me. If you found this interesting and you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button and ring that little bell next to it. That'll let you know the next time I put anything up. Lastly, at least give me a thumbs up. This is Major WortzNall, out.